We are live, brother. Yeah, I got you.
Mm-hmm. 100%. Okay, we seem to be okay.
It says your internet
Just make this a little
connection
bit
is
bigger so I can.
unstable.
Ohio. Hi, Mike. Hang on a second. There we go.
Oh,
Yeah, I got like I need a minute. I got to figure out my business here because Denver After Dark, who by the way has never looked sexier. I don't know what you got going on. You did your hair
dude.
today and
So
everything.
I did something because we're doing a Maha thing, about looking healthy. So I turned on the filter on purpose. I turned on the filter and I'm like, this is crazy.
Serious. So anything you say to me, I can't hear.
Oh, you can't hear right now? Well, I'm going to tell everybody it's great there, Lisa, because we
I
can
got
hear
this.
you. We can hear you, buddy. Let's see. We can.
Check.
Hey, buddy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You look like a Cabbage Patch Kid. Maura, hi from Illinois. Hi, everybody. So you can hear me. I just can't hear you, which is going to make for a really weird Substack live today. We'll be interrupting each other. Skinny Denver over there is going to be staring at me, wondering when I'm going to get.
Well, so what I did was, man, is I turned on the filter because we're doing Maha poetry reading, and I thought it'd be funny. And I actually look like I just overdosed on Botox. I actually think it's your, I actually think it's your connection, brother. Everybody's on here. I think it's your internet connection. Can you hear me? Yeah. So everybody, Dean's having a little bit of an internet connection issue. Um, So I did put on my filter because we were watching some of the Casey Means things yesterday, specifically with the stuff that's going on. And poor Dean, he is just having a tough time because Dean was having a really rough time this morning with his dog because he said that his dog needed to have his ass wiped. And Dean had to do an emergency ass wiping, and he's such a lover of his dogs. So this has been one of the things that we had to deal with this morning. I actually had to take the dogs to the groomer early this morning. So the thing is that we feel like we're very special because of Dean's ability to wipe a dog's ass so quickly. So here we go. So hey, Dean, are you good now, buddy? I can hear you. I got you. I got you. Uh-oh. I think Dean's gonna come back in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send Dean another invite, everybody. So here we go. All right. So I invited a co-host in. So let's see what happens. I'm so sorry, guys. This is Dean's usually got it down, but we wanted to do
Here
this.
we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh!
Yeah, usually I got it down, but it's been kind of a hairy morning back and forth. And you've got dogs. You know what happens when they have the shits, right? You
Oh
can't let
yeah.
them sit anywhere. And
Yeah.
now she's got a big clean bum and she's good. Hang on, she's
Good.
right here. There
Yeah,
we go.
dog with a good clean bum, man. It's so good to see. Is she okay? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
she's good.
Look at that. She's
She's
good.
good. She's got a clean hoop now. I'm a happy guy. She's a happy girl. Everybody's happy over here.
Well, so I got to tell you, man, we love our dogs, right? I had to take mine to the cleaners, and when you said you had a dog ass wiping incident, I get it more than anybody. So I do apologize that you have to go through that, but I've done it myself. But the worst is, I don't know if anybody owns dogs, is when you actually have to use your hands to go into the actual orifice to pull something out. I've had to do that. My dog ate panties and the panties were stuck up into the orifice. This is about 3 or 4 years ago. So I had to actually pull out the panties from my dog's orifice.
No,
Yes. And then
no,
I'm
you
like,
didn't. No.
yeah, but I had to hide them because they weren't my wife's. I'm kidding. That was a joke, but no.
Better joke is they were mine, so I was really pissed off because I just got myself a brand new thong. It had a nice little whale tail on the back, and the dog ate it. The
Yeah,
dog ate it.
it's too yeah, but so I put on my
It's just Sorry, go ahead. You put on
I
your
was gonna
filter.
say I
Why?
put on my filter because we were reading Maha text this morning, and I was laughing, and I was gonna turn it off, and I'm like, "No, I wanna look like I overdosed on Botox while I'm reading poetry from Casey Means." And I thought she'd get a kick out of it because 'cause she'd be like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" I've never used a filter. I know it's hard for people to believe because of my dashing good looks, but, yeah, this is a filter, and I laughed my ass off, so I kept it on.
Okay, so I've never used a filter either, but I'm going to turn mine on just to see how it works. See how am I doing? Oh, that's I look actually significantly better with the filter. I don't
The
know what
filter's
Substack's done, but I look like I showered.
it looks like you didn't come directly from a dog ass wiping incident. That's what the filter.
Back to the dog thing before we get to Casey Means. We've got a lot to get to today, Denver. I do have to say I am a dog fanatic. Like I'm a dog whisperer. Like every time I go to the park, I see a dog and they walk by me and they're leashed by the owner and they kind of do the head turn and they watch me. They're like, I wish that was my master. I wish that was my owner. I wish that was my guy. I hate this. I feel like that every time I walk the dog and other dogs will look at us. They just stare at me and the dog because I think it's my dog is so happy knowing that
Yeah,
she's so well taken care of. But I also got this dog vibe in me, and I don't know what it is, dude. I'm a sucker for they just never do anything wrong, and you can there's nothing left to the imagination with dogs, right? Like nothing. Like it's like people guessing as to what they want all the time. They make you go through the jump through these hoops and make you guess what's wrong with them. If a dog's pissed off, it's going to bite you. If it's hungry, it's going to whine in front of a bowl. If it has to go to the bathroom, it's going to dance in front of a door. If he's happy, he's just going to come and tell you he's happy. There's like the dogs are fucking magic, man.
they
Magic.
are.
All
They
dogs
are.
are my dogs. I'm convinced.
It's hard to beat that. I have that same effect, when I go with my dogs into a dog park, I walk through and I can feel the vibe too, Dean, and it's like they all become Mississippi leg hounds with me. It's just beautiful.
I was being serious for a second, but we have some serious shit to get to, and I could not believe, and it's wild seeing how many different morons are in the Trump regime, specifically in cabinet positions, specifically that have been confirmed to do the job of the United States of America. Pointing to Kash Patel, the magic wizard of children's books, and a former grifter who's got his own line of sweaters called KSH. He's the FBI director. You got a drunk Fox News weekend anchor, who's the the Secretary of War at the Department of War. You've got Tulsi Gabbard, who's a Russian asset and completely unfucking qualified to be DNI. You of all people that know that. And then we've got cosplayed Christy Noem, a puppy killer who has the education of effectively someone who dropped out of school in the ninth grade. She's the Department of Homeland Secretary. And yesterday's hearing for America's top doctor's position, the Surgeon General. That has to take the cake. Casey Means. I wrote a piece about her about 3-4 months ago, and I
Brilliant.
watched Dr. Angela Rasmussen, who's a real doctor with other real doctors, for 5 hours yesterday here on Substack, have a legitimate issue with putting a woman in charge of America's medical institutions who does mushrooms and talks to trees, who writes poetry about relationships and wellness, who has never finished medical school, who calls herself a doctor and sells bunk powder to people, promises it's going to fucking cure them all. That's who Casey Means is yesterday. And you chatted about her last night. And I'm like, do you see this shit? And surprise, surprise, Denver is all up into that Casey Means business and has been for some time because she's one of those conspiracy cult quacks. She's one of those, dude.
You know, it's so great. By the way, I don't know if I could match your summary of the Trump administration any better, so I'm not gonna try. That was a bit brilliant. So I just wanna let you know that. Uh, so good. So
I
good.
just like to get to the end of it real quick. That's all.
Woo!
That's all.
That was like nukes dropping into my Wheaties. I loved it. I think, with Casey Means, a lot of people love, to talk about conspiracy theories with me. Maha is just a continuation of pastel QAnon, which just is a continuum of naturopathic healing and crystal healing, which just is a continuation, of sort of radical homeopathy, which is really the continuation of spirit healing.
Mhm.
Maha is an interesting thing because I think there's I think the reason that I'm a little bit delicate is I think there's a lot of mothers. I do know about the underground Maha movement with moms, where they deworm their kids prematurely, like when they're very young. They give
What do
them
you
a
mean?
dewormer. Well, they think that
Like they
they
give
have
their
this.
babies ivermectin?
Yeah, there's a deworming thing going on with young mothers right now. I guess preemptive deworming. There's a lot of issues with parasite infections. I've heard some stuff about they like to put salt on the floor to help with health. So they put salt on the floor and walk on it. And I think it's a lot of moms who don't know where to go, or there's even a lot of dads, right? You got the mom and the dads who don't know where to go, and they hook into this sort of the conspiratorial, like nature, spiritual healing from grifters and
Yeah.
things like that. And Casey Means yesterday couldn't even answer a yes or no question on vaccine questions, either from Bill Cassidy or Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine, our senator here.
Yeah.
And the fact that Dr. Angela Rasmussen turned me on to this, and she sent us this morning the fact that there's wellness poetry. There's two things that I want to do here. Number one is to drag Casey Means across the United States because she's a complete quack. But I
God, you're my spirit animal, you and Schmidt. Anyway, continue.
oh, and by the way, I also wrote my own poem with AI this morning that I want to read in
Your own
rebuttal.
wellness poem?
Yeah, yes.
Well,
So
if Casey Means can do it, fucking Denver Riggleman could do it too.
now, how do you want to do this, buddy? Do you have the poem in front of you, or would you like to read some and me read some? Would you like me to read and you opine because it's so incredible?
I think it's going to require you reading it, and I think it's going to require me making sure that we understand the history of who Casey Means is,
Okay.
who is currently going through the confirmation process to be the next Attorney General. Sorry, the next Surgeon General of the United States of America. Who, by the way, I don't know if you saw this yesterday during her hearing, where she was dragged by Bill Cassidy, like a real
Correct.
doctor, Blumenthal, like everybody, Tim Kaine, like this is just a woman's, and we'll get into the grift and what she's all about in her Maha stuff. But what I thought was fascinating is how her and her entire family were wearing the exact same color, the exact same fabric, sitting there blue. It's their power color. They
Yep.
said it's their energy color, and literally the entire fucking weirdo family is in on it. So let's start dragging. You can go ahead and read this poem. This woman, by the way, is going to be possibly, if Democrats have a spine,
Oh,
she won't, but she might be the next Surgeon General of the United States.
she might be. I got a feeling this might go viral, so I'm hoping that everybody understands that I will read this poem with the solemnity and the reverence that it's due. Dean, as we go forward with this. I just want people to understand that I am in no way making fun of poets. I,
You can't do that. You can't. This is not a woke crowd. This isn't one of those overly
I'm,
liberal
I'm,
groups of people. All of
I'm,
our watchers and listeners, they can understand the joke. They get it. They-
oh, I know. That's why I want to make sure that they understand that what I'm channeling here really is the beauty of the world as I read this. I just want people to follow along.
Okay.
This was written by Casey Means, and she said,
Mhm.
with some rhyming help from AI. True story. I can't do this. I don't, Dean, I don't even know if I can get through this. I'm gonna do it though. All right. Dude, mine's all AI. I put in keywords and then I added stuff like maybe it's just a boy with big old breastises, right? That's my poetry. Okay. All right, here we go.
Okay, what's the title of the poem called? Let's start there. This is Casey Means. She wrote this
If
poem with the
I
help of
think if it's
AI. Go
I were
ahead.
the devil, right?
Oh,
Or something like that. Yeah. I okay. If I were the devil, I'd ditch the disguise. No pitchfork, no flames, just marketing lies. I'd feed you a poison and call it a snack and label you elitist when you want your health back. What the hell does that even mean?
just
What
keep
the
going. Just
what? I'd flood the media. I'd flood the media with videos of threats, distract and scare, and create nonstop stress. I'd poison the soil then praise the yield while destroying the topsoil in every field.
Oh,
I'd bury research and seal the locks, then line you up for 73 shots. This
if
is
she were
real.
the devil, if this is the fucking future Surgeon General of the United States.
Yeah. 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 Everybody should be sharing
Oh,
this.
fuck.
Okay.
Oh,
Now, when you get conspiracy theorists and cultists, when I go to the next line here, Dean,
yeah.
I just need people to suck in the next 4 lines into their soul. Okay.
All right,
By the
I'm
way,
ready.
I know it's hard to tell that we're in filters. Okay, here we go.
You look great.
I'd cancel critical thinking, stop dissenters with bots, then jab your kids without a second thought. I'd, I'd shame the sunlight and worship shade and block the rays the holy sun made. Then sell you D in plastic packs. Okay,
What's D?
what is
What?
is it vitamin D or literally D? What what? What do you I'd sell you D in plastic packs?
Yeah.
What?
Well, and it's anyone's guess. Maybe it
Well,
was vitamin D.
this is a little bit of a double entendre, I've heard.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Dude, I can't even. Then sell you D in plastic packs to fill the hole from all you lack. What? What?
When did she write this? What
Probably last
is it?
week, right? This was
Is it?
this
Probably
was
last week. Because I think it's one thing for us to laugh and mock a woman who wrote this when she was like 21 and
yeah.
idealistic and involved in a cult called Lifespring. Like I think that would
Look at
but
you with the pull on the
but
Jenny Spring, on
yeah, there you go.
The Jenny
Huh?
Thomas, yeah, on the cult.
Yeah,
Boy,
yeah,
that's a
yeah.
pull. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
God,
by the
yeah.
way, this poem is only about 7,000 more words.
You better hustle, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna hustle. Really? Okay. Well, this you're not gonna be able. Okay. I'd flood your nights with dopamine from
Mm,
endless scrolls on little blue screens. I'd wreck your sleep and sell it back. Sweet dreams with Lanesta and 100 sleep hacks. I'd
mm.
break your trust in ancient ways and mock the moon and cycle's face. Okay. What she's saying is that critical thought demands that we understand that the moon affects our health and
Yes,
lunar cycles. That's what she's
yes.
wanting us to.
That
That's
is the next Surgeon General of the United States if Donald Trump and RFK Jr. have anything to do with it. A woman who says, hey, the moon and the stars, the sun, that's where we get our energy. Doctor, not a doctor, not a
it's
doctor.
not a doctor.
No.
Okay, here we go.
Where are we?
I'd push
Yeah.
the pill and dull women's flame
Mm. Oh, here we go.
till womanhood forgot its name. I'd
Mm.
give boys man boobs through toxic food. Don't you make fun of me. Don't you make fun of me. I
Casey Means gave me man boobs?
she look, toxic
Fuck.
food gives you man boobs. I always thought
I
it was
didn't know
Golden
that.
Corral.
So did I. I always thought it was a lack of exercise. That's what I thought it
Listen, if you
was.
want nipples the size of half dollar, go to Golden
Yeah.
Corral. Okay.
If you want nipples the size of small lemons, Golden Corral, or moons over my hammy at Denny's daily for
Denny's.
3 months.
Oh my
Fucking
God.
delicious.
Then you go to lunch and get the beefadelia after the moon's over my hammy. Oh, Jesus
Oh, I've
Christ.
never. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And okay. I give boys man boobs through toxic food and call masculine strength aggressive and lewd and shame men's fire as something rude. What? Okay, but this gets better.
I think she's talking about, yeah, oh, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt then.
I
That's her leading into the alpha male. Fuck, women are supposed to be vessels. Men are supposed
Yep,
to be who they are. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that was a line for Andrew Tate.
Yeah,
Here
he
you go.
loves it.
So right. So I'd flood your screens with porn on demand till
Awesome.
touch means pixels, not holding a hand. I'd teach women that cooking is something to dread, that birth needs control in a hospital bed. I'd destroy the village, sell you smartphones, and push reels that make mothers feel they're completely alone. I'd call the sacred just a trend and glorify materialism without any end. From kids to elders, I'd fry their brains, depression, pain, and dementia their chains. Okay, okay. There, there, there's not a lot of. Okay,
It's the most fun I've had on Substack yet.
okay. How, how can you fix things when you can't think straight? But don't worry, Big Pharma will medicate.
Mm.
I put processed poison in the school lunch, let taxpayers pay while the children get sunk. We'd say that cereal was breakfast of choice, packed with sugar and dyes to zap our life force. I'd fill the oceans with microplastics and trash and poison rivers with pesticides and coal ash. I'd make you think that composing was hard and that you need Roundup to murder every weed in your yard. I'd fill the air with infertility chemicals galore, Glade plugins and Lysol as acceptable norms.
You know, you put a fucking sweet bass line behind that and some beats.
By the
That
way,
is a fucking wellness rap song for the ages. By the way, and a lot of people in the chat are wondering who Denver is reading right now. He is reading a poem that was written by a woman who yesterday spent 5 hours trying to convince some of the smartest people in the world in a confirmation hearing. Casey means that she should be the next attorney general. We'll get to the worst stuff in a minute, but this is a recent set of prose that she put out to tell everybody that, yes, the devil lives in science. The devil lives in America, and we need to do everything different. And Maha, cast pastel QAnon is the way to go, everybody. That, and she's not a doctor at all. She's an influencer. She's a
she's an
quack.
influencer. The last, it's almost done, and I'm sure people are so sad that this poem is almost over because I have a counter poem.
I can't wait to hear it.
If I were the devil, I'd play it smart. No need for chains. I'll just clog your heart.
Mhm.
Keep you comfy, fed and blind, too tired to seek, too numb to find. If I were the devil, I'd tax you to no end. Too broke to rise, too exhausted to defend. No need for war or guns or screams, just sugar streams and broken dreams. If I
Mhm.
were the devil, I'd never show. I'd simply coax yes from your mouth when your heart screams no.
Mhm.
I'm getting very performative here, Dean. I don't know.
Well, you're into it, right? Like you're getting the vibe of it. I mean, I don't sense any mockery at all. I think it's great.
No need for fire, Dean. Just silent
No,
control.
God bless
I promote self abandonment and fractures your whole. Ooh, what? Whole is spelled WH, but this is rough.
you. And there's no tone in text either, right?
No. So I
It
have
could
to
be
tell people
anything you
that
want.
wasn't fracture your HOLE, that was fracture your WHOLE.
Fracture your whole self, but it didn't rhyme, so she just went with whole. Yeah, I got
Just
it.
whole.
Yeah, lazy.
Almost done. Almost done. I'm
Mm.
sorry, everybody. I didn't.
No, don't be sorry.
This is huge. It's so long. I'd convince your species it's small and weak, too scared of power, too scared to speak. I'd help you forget you are soul and pure light, a miracle of God, trading enlightenment for likes. I'd make you forget you're one with all things, an eternal note in the symphony the universe sings. I hope you stay distracted by my noise and my spin. Never suspect I'm the one who is weakest within. By the way, is Satan really the weakest within?
Well, as far as fictional characters in history go,
Yeah.
no. No, I don't think so. I think Satan would be pretty tough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
and listen, folks, as I might be the wrong guy to ask because I don't believe in either heaven or hell. But if Satan does truly exist, he's pretty fucking tough if he's been able to do all this. I mean,
yeah.
he's got some foresight. He's a good planner, great strategy. If he's capable of all this, right?
If he's capable, yeah. I mean, he really knows, a
He's
lot.
strong.
Yeah,
Satan's tough.
he is. You know how I know it's Satan?
Ow.
He has a pitchfork.
Which
Okay.
she did mention at the top. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
continue.
Sorry, I just,
No, it's
I
okay.
just, I'm sorry. For if you believe the limitless love that you are, you'd rise from my grip and
Hmm.
entertain me no more. No fight, no fire, just your peace and your breath, and I'd melt in a flash, disarmed by your death. Casey Means, everybody. I am the devil poem. Thank you. Thank you.
Um, aside from the insanity, aside from the help with AI, aside from the fact it was sounds like it was written by a fucking disturbed 12-year-old. Did you get did you in a cult, disturbed 12-year-old in a cult. Did you get the distinct impression that Casey Means, who's vying to be the next Surgeon General of the United States, Trump's nominee, RFK Jr.'s nominee, did you get the sense that she thinks she thinks women should live a traditional Handmaid's Tale life, and she hates science, and she thinks that everything that is going on in the world right now that she disagrees with is satanic and of the devil? Did you get that distinct impression through that fucking stunning prose? Like Wadsworth would have been proud.
Very proud. I think there's this. I don't even know what to say to that, Dean. You're right. Wadsworth would have been proud.
Yeah. Edgar Allan Poe can go fuck himself. I'm a Casey Means guy now.
Uh, you know what? We should have a select reading of all wellness poems, like on stage, with like clouds going by.
She's
So
fucking insane. I
I
love this
think
so much. I
I think
just
there's a combination of vibe health. It's almost like it's like vibe coding, right? But it's vibe health. And I was talking to somebody who really knew a lot about this and who follows these threads, is that these mothers are looking for validated health data, but instead they latch onto these influencers to realize that the fear of what's happening to your children and you can be used to, and it can monetize those individuals. And I think,
mm,
right? I think it's the same of any grift. And when you look at pastel QAnon, which was QAnon from health influencers when COVID hit, and they
yeah.
turned to MAGA because of that, Maha is just pastel QAnon. It's just another QAnon variant. And I just want people to know that.
What is
And
pastel QAnon? You've used that word a couple times, and we chatted about it last night. But fill people in as to what pastel QAnon, because every one of these anti-science, religious, good vibes, Reiki, crystal, bullshit, fucking suntan, your nutsack treatments comes from conspiracy. But and what is that separation of, or that degree of separation between pastel QAnon, who Casey Means is absolutely a card carrying member of, and that connection to Maha, which is Make America Healthy Again, and that, of course, being RFK, who said he's, quote, not afraid of germs because he used to snort coke off of toilet seats. So explain that to me.
yeah, sure. And listen, it's not that bad on toilet seats, Dean. I mean, come on, man. It's almost like you had to say it was awful. So here's the thing is that Pastel QAnon has the same baseline belief system on globalists and the deep state, actually using health science to control the population. That's it.
Mm,
That's really the baseline. And then Pastel QAnon believes that there's that naturopathic or holistic healthcare is Trump science, or that science is lying to you. And so you had this crossover from QAnon specifically to literally, I would say, holistic health providers and those that monetize health supplements and holistic health. So it's a massive grift that's sort of a combination of grifters who understand the ignorance and true believers, and that
yeah.
created this whole baseline, especially during COVID when people were stuck inside. I think
Mm,
also the downstream effect is I think COVID broke a lot of people's minds. You're looking at COVID coming in right as QAnon was exploding, and I think you had a lot of credulous people and those who wanted a belief system latch onto it. What
mm,
Casey Means is somebody who is taking advantage of people who love their children. She
Hmm.
is a grotesque caricature of what somebody who really cares about health is. She's the complete opposite of somebody like Dr. Angela Rasmussen. She's the complete opposite of people who not only have their degrees but use research and science to treat people. And I think people need to realize the downstream effect. This is no different from the QAnon belief systems and things of that nature.
You know what? And I appreciate that. And I think that there's a strategy there behind these conspiracies that some of these people have bought into. And I think that you need to be able to separate some of the figureheads that are enriching themselves with the people who are desperate for some kind of treatment. And you and I are not too far removed from that. We both grew up in very religious backgrounds. Both of us at some point in time had treatment with things that we know would never work no matter how old we are, and that had something to do with how much money we had, how much access to healthcare we didn't have. So you can see the strategy in that, Denver, and I want to ask you a question about it, because what it seems like to me is there's this wholesale strategy where pastel QAnon, this wellness grifting community of people like Jay Bacciara and Dr. Malone, who's not a doctor, and RFK, and the people that sponsor Joe Rogan with these powders and potions and lotions that are supposed to magically make you more virile, magically cure your brain, magically cure cancer, magically cure COVID if you eat enough horse paste. While they're driving those narratives into the mainstream, they're also destroying Medicaid. They're also removing ACA, right? They're also making it so much more difficult for so many families to access health care for their children, that it seems to me like that funnel is a very strategic funnel that the Trump regime is trying to move people into by denying access and Medicaid to millions and millions of people in the United States. So there's a couple of things going on here, is there not?
There is, and also, you put it, how dare you get into common sense policy, my friend? I mean, wow,
Mm,
right? Facts-based stuff, because what we're also saying, and this is the sad thing about it, it's all about the money, right? It's the grift. It's her actually
yeah.
connections to companies, but it's RFK Jr.'s connections to these holistic health companies. And right, it's all linked in when you talk about how money is actually mined from the ignorant. And when you look at that, and not just the ignorant, right? And you can say the ignorant or the
The
credulous,
desperate.
it's the desperate, and I get so
Mhm.
angry when people are taken advantage of. I hate bullies, especially those who lie to people and maybe put their kids' lives in danger or their lives in danger because they're getting clicks and money, or they're buying a powder that's made, from the beetroot, and ground up falcon wings, right, with a little bit of ostrich beak, right? And you're like, that's not going to help you, right?
Yeah.
And I've had,
Well,
uh,
to be fair, we don't know if ostrich beak has any redeeming qualities whatsoever. But you get into it, and I think that a lot of people really seem to in their desperation latch on to these bunk treatments. And Casey Means has been at the top of that pyramid for a long time. I wrote a post about her. This is Jesus. This is in May. This was when her announcement that she was going to be the Surgeon General came out. Trump put out a post that said, "I'm pleased to announce Dr. Casey Means, who's not a doctor. She never finished med school. She never did her residency. She does not have an active license, by the way, at all. Casey has an impeccable MAHA credentials," he says. MAHA credentials. Not a doctor, not a board certified anything. She's got impeccable MAHA credentials, and will work closely with our wonderful Secretary of Health and Human Services, RFK Jr., who loves toilet seat Coke, to ensure successful implementation of our agenda in order to reverse chronic disease epidemic and ensure great health in the future for all Americans. Her academic achievements, together with her life's work, are absolutely outstanding. She has no academic achievements. She has written zero papers. Her life's work is about bunk medical, working with her family on these stupid fucking programs. And one of them, which I find really fascinating, is called TrueMed. I don't know if you've heard about TrueMed, but her brother, Callie Means, he was recently appointed a White House advisor. This is a true story. Appointed White House advisor. He owns a company called TrueMed. TrueMed is for people who believe in eating basil seeds and other sorts of seeds that are not yet grown into their, whatever plant they are, as a way to help you achieve quality energy, metabolic function, and to destroy the root of all chronic illness. That's her brother, Callie Means. She's an investor and an owner in that company. She has 6 different wellness brands that she has been selling to people on social media, not disclosing her involvement in ownership or position in any of those fucking wellness brands whatsoever. But you want qualifications? She's got none. Zero. Surgeon General is often called the health communicator in chief. He's supposed to be tasked with the public health science based, leading 6,000 members of public health. This woman has never led a company of more than 13 people. She's going to lead 6,000 people. Pete Hegseth, another great reminder of how well that goes. She's got zero government experience. Both her siblings are on the board now, not just Callie, both her siblings are on the board of the RFK Jr. Maha movement. Not only her lack of qualifications, but let's talk about how fucking mystical this woman is. She has a newsletter where she talks about embracing the woo-woo. And after moving to Los Angeles in 35, setting up a meditation shrine in her home and seeking relationship advice from trees while high on mushrooms,
Well,
which she said worked. She
who hasn't done that?
Yeah, I'm going to read this to you.
I'm ready.
She shared her. This is Casey Means. This is the woman who's going to be your next attorney general, buddy. You should start being nicer to her. Actually, I would be.
No more. No, you don't want me to read any more poems?
Oh, she's got more. I want to hear it because that was fucking pure insanity. She recently shared her how to manifest a husband with shrooms and meditation in a step-by-step instruction manual. I'm going to read this to you. I set up a small meditation shrine in my house and prayed to a photo of my ancestors, asking for support on my personal journey. Then I wrote mantras and manifestations on small pieces of paper and tucked them beneath the shrine. I went to weekly group I went to weekly group meditations and spirit lectures with the self-realization fellowship in order to tune in with spirit. Just spirit, not a specific spirit, spirit.
Spirit.
It's general spirit. Number 3, I worked with a spiritual medium who helped try to connect me with my spirit guides for support and guidance. Number 4, this is where it gets awesome. I did full moon ceremonies with grounded, powerful women, nude, and we called in abundance and we let go of wasn't serving us and we amplified each other's dreams. Number 5, I then hiked alone, unknown if she was still nude, and talked literally out loud to the trees, letting them know I am ready for male partnership. And I asked them if they could help. The trees.
The trees? Were they male trees? Well,
I don't know. I don't know.
well,
I'm not done. There's three more
this is the
steps.
most. No, this is better than the poem. Please continue.
Number 6, I made wishes on a heads up penny. Wishes when the clock struck 11:11, and I made wishes on the first stars I saw in the night sky. Number 7, I pursued visualization techniques like the Silva method that helped me see my visions for the future. And number 8, I did a plant-based medicine experience with trusted guides and wrote extensively about my experience and insights. Now, why number 8 is very important is what America's future Surgeon General just admitted to there. At the end of all that, is she got fucking hero dosed on mushrooms, smoked, went for a
Oh,
hike with a bunch of ladies in the nude, talked to trees and begged them for a husband.
I.
That's Casey Means.
It sounds like a Bigfoot expedition. Number one. Number 2, nude. If you're looking at the Voyagers by Ashiana Deanne in the big book about the harmonic universes, they would actually call the aliens being sky-clad. Sky-clad means nude. So what you're seeing is that you're seeing all these sort of juxtapositions with nuttiness that actually just spark every conspiracy and cult belief system in my head, brother. Everything.
Right?
It's this. It's
Yeah.
she is not just credulous. There's a possibility she has some mental issues that need to be treated.
No. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, no way.
Yeah, I know. I know that was a hell of an analysis from me. I know that.
You're telling me a woman who writes poetry about pitchforks and the devil, and telling women with children that the devil is in science and in the food they eat and on the screens they watch, then that's the devil, and the devil's going to kill you. And if I was the devil, I would be everything today that is killing you and your children, and you need to buy all of my supplements. And the same woman who gets absolutely fucking geared up on mushrooms and goes for hikes in the woods naked with her friends and talks to trees. You're telling me she's got a mental problem, Ed?
It's just a guess. I'm not a doctor. But the other thing too is that can you imagine a high school boy? Like say I was 17 and I'm in the woods camping and I'm looking and there's like a bunch of naked women talking to trees. Do you know how awesome that would have been at 17 years old? Like,
Incredible. Can you imagine how lucky a team of 18-year-old male hikers would have been that day? Or
oh,
unlucky, depending on the quality of the individuals. And I hope this was like 3 years ago, Casey Means, because that Casey Means looks vastly different than yesterday's Casey Means, by the way. I just wanted to point that out. If she's vegan, she's eating a lot of chocolate-covered carrots.
oh, which are delish. I think so with that being said, if you may humor me, my friend, after your
Mm.
incredible revelations about Casey, do you think I may read my shortish poem in rebuttal to her using just pure ass AI? That be okay?
Listen, I would love nothing more, and what a spectacular way to end the
Okay. Hope you're
ball
ready for this.
dragging of one Casey Means across the United States of America here on the Breach Media Network with my friend, former Congressman Denver Riggleman. Riggs. Hit it.
In the land of woohoo, where shadows play, a quack once claimed they'd save the day. With flashy words and a skeptical sneer, they
Mm.
preached of health wrapped in fear. 73 shots, they'd brazenly shout, a circus of nonsense filled with doubt. But the truth lies in science, not fanciful lore. Not a
Mm.
real doctor can't open that door. Thank you. Thank you. I like that.
That was really fucking good, Riggs. That was
Thank you.
really
Thank you.
good.
Yeah, AI is great.
It's
They
awesome.
sh- I did change a few things.
Oh, with your hands? Like you didn't just get AI to do it? Good
I
for you. Congratulations.
with my hands. Thanks. Haven't
And your
done that
brain?
since I was a teenager. Okay, here
Oh,
we go.
boy.
They shame the sunlight, that radiant friend, ignoring the gifts that nature can send. D and plastic packs, they huffed with disdain, yet sunlight's embrace is where healing remains. Flooded by screens and dopamine highs, they'd sell you sweet dreams wrapped in lies. But when trust is broken and shadows loom, real wisdom shines bright, dispelling the gloom. Boys with man boobs. Oh, what a jest. Maybe it's just a big old boy with big old breasts.
I can't. That's so good. I thought you were going to go with breastises on the. What happened to breastises? I was waiting for breastises.
I should have said the
You're from
breastises part.
Virginia.
Breastises. Maybe it's just a big old boy with big old breastises. Shaming emotions, dismissing the flame, but passion and
Mm.
kindness are not to be tamed. So here's the silence. Here's the science and balance we seek. The voices that nurture, not take money from the weak. In a world full of quacks, let reason take flight, for wisdom is truth, and truth shines so bright. That is my rebuttal poem. Thank you,
Well
my friend.
done.
Thank
Well
you.
done. It's up to Virginia. It's got to be up to Virginia in the end. Like I watched your good friend, Governor Abigail Spencer from Virginia, deliver the
Bamberger.
rebuttal to the Spanberger, sorry, to the State of the Union, yesterday, and watching MAGA lose their minds over it. She brought them to their knees with truth. And once again, we rely on the state of Denver. and one of Denver's finest, former congressman from the state of Virginia, Denver Riggleman III,
Dean,
to offer rebuttal to Casey Means and her beautiful poem as she is trying to ascend to the position of Surgeon General in the most fucked up of these United States of America. Well
yes,
done.
sir. Thank you,
Thank you,
thank you,
Virginia. Thank
and
you.
thank you, Canada, also for joining us and still loving us Americans, despite what we have at the top of our government. And the fact that we have a MAGA, Maha, QAnon, pastel QAnon craziness of people protecting, people protecting those who are child rapists, and not helping the victims of Epstein. It's just a very odd place we're in, Dean. And I know, me and you were in Greenland together and had some incredible times as we end here. But I just want to tell everybody, listen, science and rationality has to win or we're really screwed.
Mm,
A
mm,
nation that
mm.
that stands on superstition cannot last, and that is my biggest fear is that this woman actually gets through, which would be, everything else has been nutty till now, but if Casey Means gets confirmed, I think we have to look at the United States as a failed state at that point or getting to that point, and that's something that we need to fight against with everything we have.
Wise words, never more spoken by a better man. Please, thank you very much, Denver. Great to see you, pal, and I couldn't agree more. Hey, here's to hoping people see through the grift in these confirmation hearings, brother. We laughed a lot at the ridiculousness, but someone who wrote that poem deciding how life works for hundreds of millions of people, how their health works, and who gets access to what and what you're treated with, it's a big deal. So no one better to talk about that and the conspiracies behind them than a man who has spent his entire life trying to beat back the conspiratorial cult, trying to introduce common sense. And it's one of the great reasons that Denver Riggleman is a bright light in a really shitty political
Ah,
sky in the United States of America. More importantly, it is the reason I am grateful to count you as my very dear friend, my man.
and my
The
dear
values and
friends,
the virtues.
you're a good man, Dean Blundell. And yes, Courtney, you did stumble into Burning Man. And also tomorrow we might be doing something, right, Dean?
Oh, we're not Mike doing something. We are doing something. We have a very long and very interesting list of texts, thanks to one Denver Riggleman III, um, belonging to Marjorie Taylor Greene and Sean Hannity.
Now, a lot of these have been released, but not that I don't know if they've ever been read in full and cross-referenced ever. So I think that's what's
Mm.
going to be interesting about this.
So we'll have some fun tomorrow, everybody. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to Denver, the Breach Media Network, Denver Riggleman III. You can follow him here as well. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. I cannot tell you enough. Everybody needs Denver Riggleman in their life. He's like a little pocket Sherpa of common sense, and it's fucking funny when he delivers it too. He can't get away from. He's like me. We can get to the serious, but we got to have fun doing it. And hopefully today was a lot of fun for everybody too. A little lighthearted moment about a serious subject. But make sure you tune in tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe. Please subscribe to deanblundell.substack.com too. The more people that do subscribe, the more paid subscribers we have. That beautiful little Chiron at the top. Boom, boom, boom. We never paywall anything. So if you appreciate this, you
Never.
appreciate that. Never. We refuse to. We do specific content. I do specific content sometimes for that beautiful paid crowd. You are all our family. But more importantly, you are part of the resistance, and that's what we count you lucky as to be in our lives. So share this with as many people as you humanly can, like it as many times as you can, subscribe if you can. More importantly, have a great day. And
Great
please
day.
share this with anybody that you would get a laugh out of it, needs some really good information today. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Love you and don't trust the woohoo, everybody.
Love you too, brother. Talk to you soon.
See you, buddy.